Welcome to another review of an archery scoring app. This time we're looking at the app called Expert Archer, and this is what it looks like if you're looking for it on Google Play Store. Let's get straight into it. So the first thing that really sort of shocked me, first of all, was the first time in any of the apps I've looked at so far where you have to create an account. A bit of a bore really. So another username and password. Basically they just ask for your name, your password, create a password that is, and an email address. A little bit of a barrier if you don't want to give up those kind of details really, as you're just kind of entering scores. I don't know why it really needs to do that, to be honest. But then once you've entered that, which was fairly easy to do, you then come up with this screen which allows you to enter your club's name, your gender and your age group. And I'm just going to click next. And then on the next screen, basically it's asking you for your favourite rounds that you're going to use. I take it you can change those afterwards, and your favourites, so you'll get a really big drop down. I thought this was just it until you sort of scroll down. So if I was going to shoot a Bray, Frostbite, some 18 meters, 50 meters, 70 meters, I would just throw those in. So let's just OK those, and then I'm going to put my favourites in here. Well, I suppose I'm going to go with that, or my favourite round. I don't get to choose multiples, just a singular favourite round. And then bow name as usual. My bow type, obviously there's quite a lot of here. American flat bow, AFB, compound limited, compound, bear, so traditional. So there's quite a lot in here. Even seeing compound limited and stuff makes me think of field archery straight away. Well, I'm going to choose recurve. So bracing height, tiller, knocking point, arrow details, that's just a text field. Then I'm going to click next. So we're ready to start scoring. Use the slide in menu to get to all options. You should add more bows if you have them. Sight marks. Free version in the app has some limits. Okay, so the free version only records your last 50 scores, and it'll only support a single bow, and it will not allow you to import scores. Okay, please purchase the paid app. Running the server component costs real money, and the paid app costs less than your next archery purchase. Well, that's fine, but I thought most of the data could just be stored locally, so you don't really need a server component, do you? Anyway, so score round, score, sight marks, high scores, handicaps, progress, your round lookup, your profile and your settings. Okay, finish. Okay, so then we've got our scores. This is the main screen that you come into. Here's the menu. So this is where we can add sight marks. Let's just go for yards, position. Oh yeah. So let's put 30 up there. 1.25 fully out and save that. So there's my sight marks for that. High scores, obviously I haven't got any yet because I haven't entered anything. Handicap, so this will tell us a handicap. Charts, we'll have a look at these again once we've entered some data. So we can look up rounds. There's my profile. Share your high scores and handicaps with your club. Okay, don't know how that's going to work. So you've got your bow in there, and I could add another bow, but it tells me I couldn't unless I upgrade. And my custom rounds can go in here, so I can create a custom round, so that's good to see. Okay, and then into settings. So again, favorite rounds in use, or rounds in use. My favorite round, rounds to show. Okay, so if I'm not really interested in field, I could turn that off. Reorder the scores after entry. Yeah, I think that's important. Color the score sheet. I also think that's important. Email the scores. Right, so basically you can email, put the email address of your records officer and email the scores directly to them. And there's an option to set or send only text emails out of Outlook. ArcheryScorePad.com, you can upload your scores to the website, and then finally exporting your data, your scores and sites will be exported to an Excel file. So that's it. So that's not bad. There's a fair bit there. If you want to review the app, finally subscribe. So the export Archer stores data on a central server so that you never lose your scores. Well, okay, that's an okay way of doing it. And you can access them using multiple devices. We're not interested in serving up annoying adverts. Fair enough. The standard version of the app records 50 scores, but you can't import scores. Okay, if you subscribe, these restrictions and options become available. So it's £1.19, that's British pounds a year. So that's cheap, isn't it, really? Extra functionality enabled. You can record unlimited scores, import scores from a spreadsheet. Sounds tricky. Store scores for different bows. Create more than one custom round. Okay, so it sounds like you can only create one custom round in the free version. Sign and lock score sheets. So you can't even sign your score sheet in this one. Okay, just a few terms and conditions then as well. Okay, so that's not too bad. So on the setup screen here, if you want to, there's two ways of recording scores. First of all, if you just want to record the score, hits and the golds, then basically hit the plus button under here. So you just enter your score, your hits, your golds, whether it was competition conditions, whether it was a tournament, the location. You can add comments and also put the weather in. If you want to add score sheet, so enter scores one at a time, then go for this clipboard symbol down the bottom here, which I thought was copy and paste sort of clipboard, because that's just score sheet clipboard. You then get to choose your round, same sort of things again, competition conditions, tournament, location, and then press start. Now this start will give it away because you're about to start scoring. Okay, 70-meter round, high score none, bow, sight position, I haven't fixed it for 70 meters, face, brilliant, and then we get basically the end. So I'm going to go 10, I'm going to go 8, but I'm going to go 10 again. It should have reordered that. Let's see if it reorders it. Yes, well, it doesn't reorder it on the entry, but it reorders it at the top, which is pretty good. Okay, let's keep going. Let's get these 12 ends in. You can see I'm giving myself a lot of 10s. Let's choose some other numbers, some reds and a blue. Okay, round complete. New high score 601. Swipe score left and right for actions. Okay, so it's right. So I can edit it. I can share it. Oh great, email send. I didn't do anything. Obviously download it or put it onto the cloud. Oh, for Archery Scorepad. So that's the way to do Archery Scorepad if you're a subscriber. I can go back and edit it. But it looks like I can only edit the total score. Oh no. So this looks like the score sheet when I've finished and I've clicked back on it. So it gives me my averages, my hits, my golds, my end totals. Click the score sheet to edit. Okay. So we can click on this and change a score to a 8. There you go. Just save that off. So that's good. So let's change that back. And if I want to sign it, oh yeah, you can't sign it unless you have the paid for version. So swipe that way and delete it. It's a bit like my emails in on my phone. Swipe left, swipe right. So for those ones that I didn't put a score in, I'm going to delete. Okay. So now we've entered one score, I'm going to have a look at some of the extra things. So high scores, it's got my high score, my only score. And you can just filter that by whether it was training or competition. Look at handicaps. Okay. Obviously we need more than one score to sort out the handicaps. Progress charts. Okay, I need more than one entry to see any progress. Round lookup, yeah, well we know about that already. And that's about it. Right, so let's just have a quick look at Expert Archer and see what you get in the free version and what you get for your paid version. As I say, the paid version is about £1 a year, $1 a year, something like that. So the free version is limited to 50 scores. You can't import scores. You only can set one bow up, and you can have a custom round, but only one of them. So it's a little bit limited on the free version. It's not expensive for the paid version, of course, but that does allow you to import scores from Excel, store unlimited scores, create more than one custom round, which is going to be useful, and you can sign your score sheets before you send them on if you need to do that. And of course you then get the ability to upload scores to web services, where at the moment when I reviewed it, it's only Archery Score Pad at the moment. So just to say, I tried to email myself this score sheet by clicking on this arrow, and then did pop up the share box, which I thought was going to be containing lots of different things, but it didn't. It just said you'll be able to share with people here after you make contact with them. Well, I have got lots of contacts already, so it's not reading that properly. I then chose Outlook down the bottom here and sent myself an email, but nothing was attached. So there seems to be some problem with emailing yourself, and then it says email sent when I haven't sent an email. So there's a little bit of a few bugs in there, I think. So that was Expert Archer, the app. What do I think overall? I think it's okay. Obviously there's no plotting, although I say plotting's coming soon. It's quite cheap to purchase at £1 a year. You can mainly that payments there, I think, is to cover the server sort of costs of having your scores backed up centrally. That's why you have to have a username and password. Other than that, I had an odd hiccup emailing myself the score sheet, which doesn't seem to work at all. But other than that, it seems okay. There's not a great deal of stats on here, but you do get progress charts and handicaps on here. So if you're looking for a way to simply enter scores, it might be a good way of recording them. Especially, you shouldn't be able to lose the actual results on your phone anyway, because it's all stored in the cloud. But tell me what you think if you use this Expert Archer. Tell me how you get on. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you've tried it. Tell me if you don't like it. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as it helps me out. Thank you very much. and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot.